put our paper landscape on our Misty. And I have hopefully we changed. Our older ones had a little star to tell you that they went up in the right left-hand corner, or the top left-hand corner. This particular one, it doesn't matter. So what we're going to part of the stencil. Okay. So see what I've done, and I put it on here. And it doesn't matter which way you have the stencil going. It does not matter. Okay, and everybody needs Post-it notes. Under the stencil, I find that works better because if you put it on top of the stencil, the Post-it note gets wet, and in my magnets, and I'm going to cover this hole here. That's going to help hold my paper in position, it's going to hold my stencil in position, and it also is blocking this area here because the last thing I want is shadow lines around my stencil. Okay? I'm going to be working with beach side, so in your packet of brushes, I want you to find a brush that looks like it's either blue or turquoise in the dirty part of the head. I'm not talking about the handle, I'm talking about the brush part. So find some brushes. These work really great for stenciling, and you only need one per color family. You do not have to own 42 brushes. Okay? So we're going to take beach side. When we stencil, we usually work with the the light color first and go to our darker color. So go ahead and open your inks and pull out beach side. And then in front of you guys all have a little baby wipe in a baggie. Go ahead and open that up. And I want you to lay that on your lid. I'm also, besides the magnet, I'm going to use my finger tools, my index finger and my thumb to hold my magnet, or to hold my paper in my stencil. And I'm just going to do a light circular motion, left and right. Okay? You're not going to get the deep dark color right off the bat. You're just going to see it start to turn a little color. Okay, we're going to come over here, get some more ink that up. Again, on the stencil start, and come into your paper. What that does is that allows you to get the pressure correct before you start putting it on the paper. If you come over here to here and start circling, if it's real juicy pad or whatever, you're going to get a big flop and you're not going to be able to get rid of it. I know this lighting glares on here, so I've inked it up again. I'm working off the paper. Anytime you're doing backgrounds, this is what you do. You work off the paper and bring it in. Okay, this is going to take quite a few. I've got this on here. Find a greeting that you want to put on the top of your piece of paper from your rubber stamp set. And we're going to go ahead and stamp that with a VersaFine Clair. With VersaFine Clair, so we're going to capture those images. If you just lightly press on them. If you're worried they're going to fall off, then push them hard on the left-hand side. That way they don't stick to your paper as much. Okay? So here's my flower, here's my words, they're straight, here's my image. I'm going to use the VersaFine Clair and I'm going to ink those up. Okay, we're going to close it gently. Give it a nice rub with the base of your wrist, palm. And if you have one of these little doohickeys, they're great too. Sometimes I use my brayer. Lift it up. And now you have your words on there and your little flower. Now comes the hard part. Oh. Make sure you don't get stuff on your fingers. So wherever you want to position them. And this is a two-parter, so we're going to grab that one. And because he's so delicate with the fine lines, just tap it a little bit with the VersaFine Clair. It's going to stamp really well, but you don't have to push really hard either. It's kind of like words. Okay, so give it a little press. There's the butterfly. Keep him off. I don't know why I always refer to a butterfly
didn't do it simultaneously.
With the little swirlies, because you can't get it up in there as high because the rubber stamp's in the way. Plus you press on it gentler, okay? That's why, thank you, okay? And the buzz line, if you try to do them all at once, you can't get it up there tight enough. So this way I can come right up to the little butterfly and attach it to them. I can't get it close enough. Now, this is the hard part. Okay, this is very delicate, okay? The little lines. If you push on it too hard, you're gonna get a solid line because you're gonna squish it. So what I want you to do is you're gonna capture that. Okay, you're gonna ink it up. And you're just gonna barely touch it, and you'll get the little dots. If you push hard, you're gonna have a solid black line. So just barely touch it, and you get little dotted lines. If you push it too hard, you're gonna get a solid line. It's a little different, okay? I'm not gonna use the cloud stencil, that's yours to take home. We're going to, that's why we went ahead and did this one, because when we do this in class, it takes people like 20 minutes to decide which way to turn the stencil, and we don't have time in class to do that. It's like, oh, do I want it this way? Oh, maybe I want it this way, you know? We can't do that. So we're gonna do another blending technique, so. But you do have that cool cloud stencil, and I encourage you, shop. Okay? We used Dawn and let them air dry for like 3 days, and they look just like new again. Sometimes I notice when I travel with them or stuff, they'll set next to each other and they kind of kiss and get colors on them. At home, I keep them in a big, I have tin cans, and I took my toilet paper rolls and put them in, and I keep all the color families, and it keeps them from kissing. Okay, so we're going to take our fern, and this is where we're going. Okay, we're heading towards this card right here. Okay, so down at the bottom, this is actually green, you can't tell. We're going to ink it up. Okay, get some green on your brush. And if it helps you to tilt this, you can. This isn't going to be perfectly straight. We're going to blend into each colors. So I want you to take it, use your finger tools, hold your stencil in place on top of your paper. Okay, and I'm going to, same technique we did before. I'm coming in from outside here, and I'm just going to come across, and I'm going to put color in here. And I'm going to do like the bottom third. Okay? Some colors color faster than others, so we're just going to go back and forth. Don't try to get all green at once. We're going to come in and get some more ink. We're going to come in and blend it some more, and we're still coming in from out the side. And we're just going to build that up until we're happy with the shade that we have. Nice and smooth, pretty color. It's just a gradual process with those two shades together. Start over to here this time. Once you get the paper coated, you can stop, like I'm in the middle here going around, just to add some more color. We're going to come back and use our liniment. Now, yes? Okay. Enter that one behind you. There you go. I don't have that for you, but just to give you an idea. So I'm going to use this one again, and I'm just going to put it right like that. The main thing is trying to get frustrated. And you're a new stamper. Just let it rest, and you'll figure it out. Singular piece of paper. Okay? So, a lot of times what makes it go a little faster is to work in twos. This color down here, this color over here, this color over here. Work in groups of twos, and it goes a lot faster. But this is random. You guys can make it any colors that you want, any combinations, and blend them together. But you're going to remember, you're going to come off the paper onto it. So that's why I'm saying if you're on the, so I really like the turquoise. You can use the blue brush, turquoise brush. It's one of my favorites, so each side. And I'm gonna come down here to this corner, working into the paper. I started and I come in and I just go like this, okay? Now, as I build up that color, I tend to run into my yellows, okay? So I just keep going and build my color. And it's a gradual process. And as I run into those other colors, I get another color. So I'm going to turn my paper and I'm going to come in and go to another spot and put some color on. Sometimes I work in groups of threes. It just depends how I feel that day. But you guys can make any color. I sometimes like to do backgrounds on 100 pound. It doesn't tend to buckle as much. My lemon, pick it up, and I just come in here and kind of go to my lines, and kind of just soften it all.